this is TJ Miller.
Hey, this is Lucky Yates.
Hey there, this is Jimmy Simpson.
Hello, this is Brad Sherwood.
Hi, this is Claire Coffey.
This is Andy Daly.
Hey there, this is Kevin Durant.
Hi, I'm Chris Parnell.
Hey, this is TJ Sainz.
Hey, y'all, this is David Hoffman.
You are listening to Next Level. Have fun.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of the Showcast Spotlight here on the Next Level Podcast Network. I am your host, Ben Beck, of course, kicking it off with a slew of new interviews, and I can't think of anyone better to help me kick off this new season for 2018 than my guest. She's a former guest on the Showcast. She's one of my favorite interviews that I've ever done. I can't wait to hear her remarks about that. But you know her as Kelly from the Starz show Ash vs. Evil Dead. Please welcome back to the Showcast my first guest of the year, the wonderful Dana DeLorenzo.
Howdy fucking ho, Ben. You missed me?
I did. I absolutely missed you. I gotta say right off the bat, you and I, we did that first interview about, I think it was a little over 2 years ago at this point. And
wow.
It's been a while, but you and I have stayed in contact a little bit via Twitter and, tweeting back and forth and DMs here and there and stuff like that. But there was a little bit of a time period where we didn't speak. And right in that time period, I started working for FanFest, and at the same time found out that you were making an appearance at a FanFest in my area. So I didn't tweet to you. I wanted to see if your natural reaction to, if you would remember me for starters when we actually met, and then what your reaction would be. And I have to say, your reaction to finally meeting me, you made my entire weekend in the first hour that I was there.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Well, I was so excited, first of all, in those situations when you're meeting fans, which is my favorite thing to do. It's truly, like I've said this before, it's such a symbiotic relationship because I'm the one that's, by the end of the exchange with fans, I'm the one that's creeping them out. Like usually, usually when of any fans of any kind are for anybody. Usually it's the person that the fans are meeting is the one that's like, okay, bye. No, that's the fans with me. They're like, okay, bye, Dana. Like, can you let go of my hand now? Because I'm like, I'm so excited to meet you. So especially in those moments, if I see a familiar face or somebody that I didn't know was coming, or especially somebody like you who I'd never seen in person, we'd never met in person, if I'm not mistaken.
No, that was our first time.
We'd only talked on the phone. Yeah, and so when you said that, I immediately knew who you were because, first of all, you send a girl, an Italian girl, whose grandfather's from Philly, you send her an entire, massive carton of tasty cakes. I'm never going to forget you. Don't you worry.
Well, yeah.
But so truly, that was my natural reaction. I was so excited to see you, and in the midst of all of this, and so excited to have somebody vouch with the fans that I'm not insane and that I'm not going to attack every single person I meet.
No.
But then I attacked you, so it didn't really work. It kind of was a fail.
You did.
Everyone's like, God, she's so intense.
You practically tackled me, which made it so much better because I was fine with it, and because I remember, I got
good.
I got in line and, I paid my money to your handler to get a picture with you, to get a selfie with you, because I wanted to support you. And I know that's money that you take home and such. But I just remember immediately after I introduced who I was, you practically tackled me and you told your handler, you're like, no, give him his fucking money back. He's not paying for a thing.
What's so funny is because when you do these conventions, for me, it's I know this sounds so lame and whatever, it's the truth though. You can ask any of my people. I get in trouble from the conventions because I just give all my stuff away because I have that effect, especially if it's someone like you, that I'm like, oh my God, because it just feels weird, and you're splitting it with convention. It doesn't matter. That the money stuff that's not important. But I get in trouble often because I'm like, oh my God, I talked to you for 20 minutes here. Just take it all. And the conventions are like, well, you see here, we're having you here so you can make us some money. So anyway,
Yeah.
but of course I would. I mean, never. And so I'm sure I all but swore. And when I'm at conventions, it's funny because people are like, "Oh, you're so much like Kelly," which I'm really not. I guess in our wit and sarcasm, and I do swear often. But when I'm like in show mode, especially when I'm filming, but certainly when I'm meeting fans and like talking about the show, I start really just slipping into Kelly. So it's funny because I'm sure I absolutely punched you in the face on accident and was, dropping F-bombs left and right. Because I get in that zone,
Well, I wasn't going to say anything,
I'm definitely way more intense than Kelly. I'm way more intense than Kelly.
Well,
Kelly is way cooler than I could ever dream to be, and that's the sad truth. But let's keep the fantasy alive, then. Let's keep it alive.
All right, we'll keep it alive.
Let everyone think I'm really Kelly Maxwell in real life.
Well, speaking of Kelly Maxwell, let's talk a little bit about Ash vs. Evil Dead. You guys are a little bit more. You guys just passed the halfway mark, episode 6, and I gotta say, let's hope in this case that you're really not like Kelly, because what the fuck, the way this episode ends, I really don't know what to think. You have this badass fight between you and Lucy Flawless, and I remember that's what you called her. That's what you told me last time. That's what you call her.
Yes.
You have this kick-ass fight, only for it to end the way it does. And I'm spoiling it for people who aren't caught up. I've actually told a number of my friends, get caught up before you listen to this, because I wanted to talk to you about this.
Well, and that goes without saying. I mean, they know. It's funny. Side note, not to derail the question, but so many people are on social media, and the show handle Ash vs. Evil Dead is tweeting about the stuff and showing pictures or whatever, or I'll tweet something in response to people, because I'm not going to not respond to people, when they're saying, not even about this episode, just in any episode, right? And I love when people are like, "Oh man, I've only seen season 1." Okay, well maybe stay off social media.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't seen the latest episode of Westworld, I'm not going to go on social media and look up Westworld. It's just common sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yes, common sense to anybody listening. Make sure you watch the episode before proceeding. Okay, you've been warned. Moving forward.
Yes.
So yes, epic showdown. You were saying
epic showdown between you and Ruby, and only for it to end the way it ends, with you getting impaled by the dagger, and Kelly Maxwell is dead. So, well, I don't know. The way this show has been lately, we've seen Pablo possessed by deadites a number of times, only to come back from it. We've seen Ash's father come back, maybe in spirit form, but he's come back. I'm kind of hoping we haven't seen the last of Kelly. We know you portraying the body of Kelly is still around, but the actual person inside, Kelly, as far as we know, is gone. So. Well,
and it's interesting. It's interesting that you're bringing this up, because as of the show airing last night, first of all, I just want to thank the fans, because I have gotten so much love. So much Kelly Maxwell love, especially in the past 24 hours. It's been overwhelming, and the fans, again, I've said this before, I've said it to you in our previous interviews, but I'm just so grateful that these fans have embraced Kelly from the beginning, when it was a show about one lone wolf, a character that was a lone wolf and had sidekicks, and these fans embraced Pablo and Kelly from the beginning, and it's just been such an incredible journey. But that being said, all of this love has been 2 schools of thought that you just covered. One, the hysterics of I'm writing this, I'm never watching the show again. So many emoji tears. It's been so heartwarming and touching and sweet. And because this sort of come out of nowhere. This in the sense of or not come out of nowhere, but you kind of don't. You don't think Kelly's going to necessarily go out like that in this moment. However, the other school of thought is exactly what you just said, which is, no, people come back all the time. It's Evil Dead. See, which it's almost like I want everybody to proceed with caution, because a couple things. Number one, we have not been renewed for season 4. So this is quite likely, we filmed this season as if it were our last, with hopes to move forward. Yeah. Which we do pretty much every season. But this one is this could be it forever and ever. No move. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. So let's just keep the stakes where they're at. But because what I don't know. I mean, people are like almost in denial, like kind of how you are, Ben. And it's in a way, it's like, hey, well, guys, I mean, we're going to be at the end of the season, and if Kelly is still dead, what are you going to do then? Like, it's almost like Kelly doesn't even get her day in the sun because everyone's like, she'll be back. Like, wow.
Well, I mean,
But
again,
what if she's not?
yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, let's not forget too, at the same time, we've seen kind of different incarnations of Ruby too. I mean, when Ruby first came on board and Lucy Lawless first portrayed this character, she kind of was a team member for a little while. Now she's against the team. If there's a season 4, which I really hope there is, and everybody I know who watches this show really is pushing for it, you know, if Kelly does happen to stay dead, and whoever it is that's embodying Kelly's body right now, why not make them why not make them a character at the same time? This way you're still on the show continues on, and it's just another iteration.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Uh-oh.
Nah, I don't like it. I'm gonna poo-poo that. No. Look,
Okay.
did you see my visceral reaction? No,
Yeah.
my visceral reaction. Because you know what, it's so funny? Like, I mean, Kelly has obviously like become like this alter ego. I love this character. I love this journey that I've been on with her. So, and to be honest, I personally, as the actor playing her, I've gotten to collaborate obviously every step of the way with, because that's the man that Sam Raimi is, and that's the bar he set. And it has been so wonderful in every sense of the word to be able to develop with her. And get my ideas and concepts and insights and even lines from time to time ingrained in who she has become. So for me personally, I think this is the absolute most perfect way for Kelly Maxwell to go out. Exactly the way she said, if you recall, right before her very first Deadite kill in the diner scene. Season 1, I'm going to want to go back there with me real quick.
Sure.
Diner scene, it's episode 6, season 1. The deli slicer scene where she has her first kill. Right before that, when Ash is saying, no, I'm going without you guys, and Kelly said, no, I want payback. You don't get to take that away from me. And if I die, at least I go down swinging. I'm going down swinging.
That's very true.
And that is, and so in this case, for the first time in 3 seasons, Kelly Maxwell finally has some agency and wasn't the common sense of the group saying after the fact, hey, Ash, maybe we shouldn't throw a party with ketamine for evil. Maybe we should go find evil. Maybe ketamine is not the best option. So I feel like the fact that she, in a way to protect Ash and Pablo, there's too many people who are dying on her watch. She says all of it. I mean, honestly, everything is in that. There's not a lot of dialogue in the showdown between Kelly and Ruby, but the brief lines that are there, they mean something if you're really listening to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like Kelly. All that matters is that Kelly got her day in the sun because she went after the one thing she signed up for, the one thing that she couldn't get out of. The reason why she was a warrior without a war and like bashing dudes' heads into the pretzels at a bar. Like she couldn't get out of the fight because she was never going to be satisfied until she got a chance to forge her path and follow her own lead in the sense of like, not in a way that strays from Ash, but just she's the brains of the group and she's the only one who's never called the shots. She's the only one that Pablo and Ash have never listened to in terms of like, hey, how about this for a plan? So I'm happy that she got to do this. And I don't want to play Kaya. That's where this was. Sorry. I'm
No,
like
it's
going
fine.
off the rails. Because it's been a very intense, like 24 hours, to be honest. It's been a lot. And like, I've been engaging with all the fans in the show. And it's all very emotional and mental. It's all the things. It's all the things. So you're the first person I'm talking to, officially after it. So, forgive me if I'm frantic and sporadic about it, but it's a lot, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah. But no, my visceral reaction, to go back to the beginning, was I would not want to continue to play Kaya because that's not like to look like Kelly Maxwell, but to be playing it. No, I don't want to. Like if either I'm full blown evil and I'm a Deadite. If I'm Deadite Kelly for 4 seasons, that would be fun. That's all I've ever wanted to do. Maybe that's gonna come. Maybe that's to come. Maybe that's the big bad. You'll have to wait and see. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. But no, if it's Kelly Maxwell or bust, man.
Yeah. Well, that's
20 minutes. Now the show's over. Okay, we're gonna extend. I'm just putting this out there. We're gonna go longer than we said because I swear to God, I have no idea what I just said. I've been talking for 10 minutes.
It's perfectly fine because
this is what happens.
Because we did
This is
get
what happens when we go 3 years without talking.
I did get the note that we have to wrap things up. So
No. We're going 10 more. We'll go to the top of the hour. Let's do it. I swear to God, I just talked for 20 minutes.
Okay, I just don't want to get in trouble. As long as I get the okay from.
I am. Who's gonna get in trouble? Who's gonna come? The time police? Only time is my time. You know, like I'm supposed to be getting on a plane to Germany in like 24 hours. Hey, by the way, if this airs before April 7th and 8th, I'm very excited. It's the Ghost Beaters reunion. I almost said Ash and Pablo. Ray and Bruce will be there. We're going to be in Dortmund for Weekend of Hell in Germany. But that being said, this all came together last minute for me. So I'm getting on a plane, and so we do have to get off the phone within the next 24 hours.
No, within the next 24 hours? I think we can do that. I think we're good. Yeah.
So no time police. So let's go. We'll go. I'll give you another 10.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I'll never stop talking. Then you have to interrupt me.
No, and you know what? That's one of the reasons why I love having you on. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to have you back on, and it's one of the reasons why.
I'm sure it's delightful for your listeners too. I'm sure they're just like, doesn't she ever?
Oh no!
Which is funny because Kelly, I say that line. Kelly, I say that line to Ruby. I go, don't you ever shut the fuck up. Which every time I said it, like everyone on the crew was like, that's funny coming from you. I was like, I know.
No, it's great because I've always trust me. The moment I found out that I was having you back on, because I did, I reached out to you on Twitter and I just casually tweeted to you and I was like, hey, you know what? Well, I got to get you back on, and you sent me the email so we can go through the proper channels, and we got this all set up. I think in a matter of 24 hours we had this set up, and the moment I had this officially confirmed that you were coming back on, I told everybody. I was like, you know what? I'm like, because I've promoted. I promoted the hell out of the last time you were on, and I've since shared that interview at least 2 or 3 times a year, just because no joking.
Ben.
When I said that at the top of the conversation, I wasn't lying. Like, you are to this day still one of my favorite interviews I have ever done, and and
likewise, the feeling is mutual. Seriously, Ben, like that's why I'm so comfortable that I'm just like talking to you. Like I forgot first. I really did. Your listeners will agree. I was just having just like a random conversation with you. If you ever want to know what it's like to talk to Dana DeLorenzo on the phone, that's what it was. Just 20 minutes of nonsense.
Well, you
did with no end of sentence.
You did it to
the fact that like. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it was the same thing when we met in person at the con, is because we met at Walker Stalker Oaks here in the Philadelphia area. I didn't bring that up, but I wanted to plug those guys too. But it was one of those things that we had a conversation. There was other people. We were having a conversation, and there were other people in line. And it finally got to the point where I think your handler just kind of like tapped you on the shoulder and just kind of pointed that there were other people behind me. And at that point, you looked at me and you were like, you know what? If you just want to come and hang out, you don't need permission. Just come behind the table and hang out with me.
Well, again, you're making it sound like I did some great service or favor, dude. Like I'm just a girl from Youngstown, Ohio, who has always had a penchant for entertaining, and I love to entertain. Who the hell am I? Like, I'm not any, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still just me. It would be like you getting to do your dream job, and then suddenly, like, people reward you if you're just a nice person. It's like, what? You know what I mean? Well, I didn't do you any favors, dude. I like you. I enjoy you. Obviously, I love talking to you. So let's move past that. We love to love. And I also, can I just call out a casual tweet? Dear God, that makes me laugh so hard. What is a casual tweet?
Oh, I don't know.
Wait, what is it? You said I casually tweet. No, but by the way, I'm going to steal that. Just so you know.
Go for it.
I'm going to use that in my life.
No.
So
it's a casual tweet, meaning like
I sent a casual email Well, oh God, a casual tweet to me makes me laugh. Okay, Ben, let's get back to this. So, because I've derailed you 5 times.
No, it's fine. I know.
Yeah.
I
in
want
terms of Kelly and Kaya, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just want to say, I'm going back to the whole fight scene with Kelly, and you kind of cleared it up a little bit too. Is one of the things that I had noticed, because I had gone back and rewatched your death scene, that the unfortunate Kelly Maxwell death scene, and it almost seemed to me that Kelly kind of knew when she lunged at Ruby that this was the end. So I don't know. She kind of had that look in her face, and she kind of even stared at the dagger as she was lunging forward, almost knowing that that's what was coming to her. But she still had to give it a shot.
Well, and that's you just gave me chills. Yes, that's sort of the point. I think, but I would even venture to say the way that I played it, Kelly knew going into it that it was 50-50 shot is generous. But she went into it with the sense of, like, after all she'd been through, I mean, she watched her best friend die and come back to life and then possess. Like, the worst thing you could do to Kelly Maxwell is paint her in a corner. Nobody puts Kelly in a corner. And that whole situation with Pablo was just the most frustrating fucking thing, because it's like, okay, we saw from the beginning of the season, Kelly was a warrior without a war. All she wanted to do was get back in the fight. She knew Evil was not gone for good. So then finally Evil's, back, and she doesn't have to, beat up people for pretzels anymore. And then she gets stuck on babysitting duty with Brandy, with Ash's daughter. So then that turns into, though, luckily, that beautiful relationship turned into a mentor sort of sister relationship. And that was the one good thing that came out of the Pablo possession. But, like, that is the worst thing you could do to Kelly. Put Evil right in her face, trying to kill her and hurt her. She got a face growing out of her fucking leg. But she can't do anything about it because it's Pablo. So luckily Brandy has enough of her father's shoot first, think never stubborn DNA to have done, have taken care of that with the dagger with Pablo, and luckily he didn't die in the end.
Yeah.
But, like, after this roller coaster, I mean, Kelly, if you really think of Kelly's journey from the beginning, and we say, like, she watched her father get eye-forced. Her mother was dead, came back from the dead. That's why she got in this fight in the first place. So for me, she went into this battle against Ruby, guns a-blazing, but, like, all full well being prepared to die for her cause. Because, again, I'd like to stress, in Kelly's mind and in this world and for her character specifically, it's that whole thing, like, either you can try and fail or you can never try, so you never fail. Well, Kelly is like, I'd rather try and fail and go down swinging, because then I've at least, it's that Quixote mentality of, like, I'm going to do this because this is what I need to do to quiet my own heart, and didn't want anything else to happen. And the stakes are raised now because Ash's daughter Brandy is there, and Evil just has too many targets on all their backs. So for me, it's like, yes, she knew that moment right before she charges the dagger. The way it was written was actually different than how it sort of was pieced together. Because in that moment, when Kelly, when she blows when she blows up with the grenade, which I love. The only thing Kelly never got was her flamethrower, but I love, like, that she's been holding on to that grenade since, like, the militia episode of season 1. So when Ruby says, "Last chance, Kelly, I'll let you live," and Kelly basically says, "Fuck that, no, I'm going down with the fight."
It's at that time she knows.
She charges that. Yeah, it is. It is. But she's gonna take out her frustration. Kelly is going to get what she needs, and she is gonna fight tooth and nail and hope that somehow she can get the dagger away from Ruby. And in that moment, when she charges the dagger, she got a broken ankle, all this shit, like, it's at that split second. And this is why I love fucking Kelly Maxwell, and this is who she is as a character, and this is why I think she's a hero. It's that courage and that quick thinking on her feet of, like, you know what, she's got the dagger. If I charge it and push her, if I catch her off guard and just charge Ruby and push the dagger, like, put it back her way,
Yeah.
And that's the way it was written, actually, is that all we see is Kelly grabs Ruby's hand with the dagger and charges her, and Kelly falls on top of her, and the reaction on both their faces for 30 seconds is you don't actually know who's dead until Ruby says, "Does it hurt?" And that's why, and it's still actually played, I feel like, in that moment too, because you don't, you kind of know Kelly got that, but that's where that face of like shock is, like you don't know who actually got it. I feel like that's valiant.
Yeah, it's that do or die mentality that Kelly has that kind of really, and we talked about this the first time we had the interview too, is that, like I had mentioned before, how much Kelly had come into her own as a true badass. And this kind of wrapped up that story, is like she proved that she really is a legitimate badass. Like, as you mentioned before, she was willing to sacrifice herself and go down swinging. Again, that do or die mentality. She had to try, and if she failed, at least she could go down knowing that she tried.
And see, you just took 25 minutes of my blabbering and made it a concise sentence, and this is why you are so good at what you do. Dear God, Ben, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, let's hit reset. Let's be like Ash Williams and hit the undo button on all this, and then we're gonna go through, and then you're gonna give me notes on how to speak like that. See, this is why my family likes to joke, only they're serious. This is why they say that I was always destined to be an actor, because the only way I know when to stop talking is when dialogue is written for me, because the end of my sentence is amazing.
The next time,
we'll hit the undo button, we'll do it all over again.
Next time we have you on, I'll just pre-write all of your responses to my questions.
Perfect.
And we'll go through that way.
I'll spice them up with some Dana dialogue,
Yeah.
some Dana spice. And then no one will know the difference, and it'll be perfect.
Absolutely. We'll get through so much more content that way.
We'll be like talking about puppies and like chapter 2 of our lives, and
but
it'll be delightful.
I love talking to you, Dana. I really do. I will definitely, whether Ash versus Evil Dead gets renewed for a 4th season or not, we're all hoping that it does. But whether or not, I'm more than confident you're going to move on to another project that I'm going to have you on, and we're going to talk about it, and we're just going to ramble, and I'm going to send you more tasty cakes, and I'm going to see you at more cons, and we're going to go from there.
I really hope so, because I very much enjoy talking to you, and I'd love to work again. That'd be a thrill. If you want to, take on the role of my manager, 10% coming your way. Think of all the tasty cakes we could buy.
Oh, look at that!
But I want to thank you, Ben, before we go, though, because by the way, though, do we have one more question about the show before we go? Because and I'll save my goodbye thanks for the next one. Do you want one more? You got one more burning question?
I got one more burning question, and it's pretty much.
Let's do that.
I'll preface it by saying this. I read a review of season 3 before season 3 had aired, and so far every episode I've seen, all 6 episodes of the 10 that's aired, have lived up to this review, and it was simply one line: Ash vs. Evil Dead season 3 is the most Evil Dead of anything Evil Dead. And
I love that sentence.
we have seen scenes take place in a sperm bank area. We've seen deaths with cymbals and harps. We've seen so much really cool shit happen this season. Without spoiling anything, there's 4 episodes left this season. What can we expect for the end of this? Just badass mayhem.
Oh boy! I mean, let me try. Maybe you should write my answer real quick. Let me.
I know I kind of put you on the spot with that, but
no, I will. And it's interesting because I've always known that as of episode 306, it was going to be difficult for me because to talk about the show and all the characters to talk about the show because every single episode from here on out could feel like a finale, a season finale.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm saying proceed with caution with, with assuming the rules of the Evil Dead universe. Oh, well, anybody can come back, or anybody's going to be a deadite, or whatever. Like, because if there's one thing this show does, it's not follow their own rules. Like we don't take ourselves too seriously, but also there's no rules. And I will tell you that what you can look forward to if we even go to the very end of the season. The no rules really it goes off the rails in a real way, where this season ends, if this is the last that we have seen of Ash vs. Evil Dead, which will be very sad, but could be possible. The show doesn't leave any loose ends, in the sense that it is changed forever in such a different way. And whether that's good or bad, it will be up for debate. But like, the good is that there's no what if. I hate when shows do that. Like, you know, like the Sopranos moment. I just hate when it's like cut to black and you don't even, you know what I mean? Like, I like to have loose ends tied up for me.
So don't stop believing by the end of this. No, don't stop believing moment by the end of the season.
There's not going to be There's not going to be There's not going to be any question of, wait, so do you think it was this? Do you think it was that? I don't know why I'm doing that voice, but that's my voice of like people discussing things apparently. So there will be no debate. It's very cut and dry.
Okay.
Does it mean it can't move forward? No. That's the other good news. It could absolutely. And you know, with our show, you can always hit the undo button and pick up where we left off.
Yeah.
But I will say the most Evil Dead of all Evil Dead. You will there with the next 3 episodes left. You're gonna get more of the same Evil Dead gore and monsters, and at the same time, it's going to go off the rails in a whole new way that we haven't seen in Evil Dead, which I think is pretty cool. Expect the unexpected. Just when you think you have it figured out, just like Kelly's, Kaya, and then Pablo, there's Brujo Social. He's going to bring her back, and then this is what everybody's saying, right? Yeah, that all works, and then all of a sudden we take a U-turn, and throw a curveball at the same time.
I can't wait. I really
you're never
can't.
Gonna see it coming. And I can tell you this: Bruce Campbell is at his A game every year, every episode. But holy shit, the one-liners that we all know and love, and Ash Williams in all his glory, with the ultimate test of the Medal of Man, as the season 3 poster says, that is happening. And I'm actually, if you could hear me smiling, because I just thinking of what's to come, and it is everything we've loved about Ash Williams since the very first Evil Dead. It is everything, and then even more with some emotional, ties now that he has grown emotionally and is really trying to step into this father role, even though he's tripping up quite a bit and failing along the way. But there's so much good to come for Ash Williams in terms of like what you love about him as a character, and for all the characters, for Pablo and Kelly, I guess that's a whole other thing, and the new character of Brandy and where that takes us. So
yeah,
lots more of the most Evil Dead of Evil Dead, as that review said, to come. But also the thing to look forward to is shit you have never seen in Evil Dead before. That just goes off the rails to a level 20 that you were never going to see coming.
Now the smile on my face is huge as well, just because I can't wait to see it. I know we have gone. I
mean, it's insane.
We have gone way over time, and I'm sure.
Well, there's a shocker. That's fine. I'm going to flight then, and then when I'm crying because I missed my flight that I just wiped out my savings for, you can send me tasty cakes, and I'll cry, and we'll continue this conversation and talk about all the things, and it'll be delightful. But can I just say then my final note to you is,
sure,
thank you for always being such a champion of this. Okay, really, you have to do yard work when I'm on the phone doing an interview?
I can't hear it if that helps.
Wait, okay. I will fuck your faces with silence. Too much?
No, perfect.
I'm proud of that. Okay, perfect. I just want to thank you for always being such a cheerleader of the show from the get-go, and especially such a cheerleader for Kelly, and such a supporter of mine. And it's not that as common as you think. And I just, anytime that you can connect to like a real person who you just enjoy talking to, I just want to thank you because you are awesome, Ben, and you gotta a buddy for life, and I will talk to you anytime, any day, to the point where now, just like my fans, you are desperately putting your finger on the hang up button because you're like, is she ever gonna shut up?
No, trust me. If I had any say in this, we would go for a while. But I know your rep is probably listening and pulling out her hair at this point.
Well, yeah, but anyway, but I mean all that. So
I greatly appreciate that. I've been a fan of yours, as you know. We talked about that in the first interview back from when you were on like the Late Show with Craig Ferguson, and
oh wow, yeah.
you know. So I'm a fan of yours. I'll continue to be a fan of yours, and like you, I will talk to you anytime. But I don't want to hold you up anymore. I'm sure this will not be the last conversation that we have, and I'm still I'm still holding you to the promise you made to me during the first interview.
Oh God!
And that is the next.
It wasn't me. It was the imposter.
This is a fun promise, and we weren't able to do it when you were here for Walker Stalker because you were busy with the convention. But you told me that the next time you were in Philly, you and I were going to go hit up the city for cheesesteaks and just hang out. So.
Oh yes, and because I got in late. I had a 24-hour flight. That was a nightmare. Don't get me started because the interview will never end. But yes. I had to, like, someone ran and got them for me, like my friend who's from Philly, and I think she went and got them at Joe's or something. Does it make sense? Joe's? Yeah. Is that a place?
That's a place.
I don't know. There's a million. But anyway, I could never get enough. I could never get enough cheesesteaks in my life, or the I'm a roast the rolls, that bread in Philly, man.
Yep.
Ain't nothing like it. So. You don't ask me twice. I loved Philly. Didn't even get to see much of it except the Rocky Steps, which was amazing. So Ben, I will make good on that promise, baby. I promise to keep the promise. I promise to keep the promise.
Good.
All right.
So obviously, to wrap things up, I just want to tell everybody to check out Ash vs. Evil Dead if they haven't already. Sundays on Stars. You can catch it earlier in the day if you watch it on demand. Otherwise, it's at 9 o'clock on Stars every Sunday night. I want people to follow you on Twitter and Instagram because I love your tweets. You are constantly interacting with the fans. You're at I am Dana DeLorenzo on Twitter, and I think that's your Instagram as well, right?
It is. It's my Instagram as well. I'm Dana DeLorenzo, but yes, letter I, letter M.
Yes.
And on Facebook as well, I'm Dana DeLorenzo. Yes. So tweet me, follow me, we'll engage me. It'll be fun.
Yes. But
I'm most active on Twitter.
But thank you so much again for coming back on. I couldn't think of a better way to start off this new season of interviews. And again, we'll talk, I'm sure, many more times down the road.
Yes, we will, my baby. And remember, a man can be destroyed, but not defeated. I'm going to leave you with that little Easter egg for you to go Google, and you'll know what I mean. Man can be destroyed, but not defeated.
That's
Thanks
best.
for taking it to the next level, Ben. You know I love you.
Absolutely. Love you too, Dana. I'm so happy to talk to you again.
Okay.
All right.
Ditto. I'll talk to you soon, baby.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye-bye, Philly. Bye.